Hello and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and season fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And welcome to another episode. This week, slightly inspired by last week's deep dive into a very short-lived boy group that was like a big deal, it got me wondering, like, what are some of the shortest-lived groups ever? Like, what does that look like? So we decided to go take a sampling of a lot of companies and find out who their like shortest lived group was and learn little about them.
Yes, in sort of a random game style, right? We just sort of find some bullet points, an overview of these people's career. And I really wanted to just see like if there were any patterns that might have led to like these groups not having that long of a time in the spotlight.
Sure.
Or if there was any sort of pattern to like how many years, like what is the cycle of a
like
short-lived
what's the standard
group? Yeah. It seems like the average is about 2 years or less. But basically I just grabbed like first the top 10 like biggest K-pop companies, and then because of those 10 we had gotten 3 of them in the random game before and that felt like, oh, we've already talked about these guys, so I expanded my list and I included some smaller companies in there, and I just chose the one shortest. So that might be like some of these companies have more than one group that only lasted for 2 years or 3 years or whatever. And then some companies like didn't have like one company, I can't even remember which one it was, but one company like doesn't have, Fantagio doesn't have any former artists because they only have 2. And so like they're not on the list. And then there are some 2 companies that had a much like their shortest group was way longer, had a much better career than the rest of these. So there are a couple outliers to the list, but anyway, there's no real particular order to this aside from maybe size of company, but in no particular order.
In no particular order. Let's learn about some groups that didn't last very long and probably get a little sad. I definitely have big sads about a couple of the groups on this list, and I grew new sads while watching some of these as well.
It's true. It's true. All right, so we're going to start with Hybe/Big Hit. This is a group that we have gotten in the random game before, and they are called Glam. They were around for 2.5 years, from 2012 to 2015, and debuted on July 16th, 2012, with the single Party (XXXO). When we got them in the random game, though, we did not watch this song.
No.
We watched a song called I Like That, which has a very different vibe than this. Well, not very different, because I guess there are like hip-hop elements to this party song, but I feel like I Like That goes further. And Party felt more K-pop to me.
Yeah, I had never heard or seen this before, and I was like surprised by the clear budget behind it, or at least they had a talented VFX person that didn't cost a lot, because there's a lot of CGI in the video.
Yeah, they're like astronauts / in space. So much is happening.
And they have
in the
like glitter that like bursts out of their chest, and they can like fly. But they're also on a very cheap, like early K-pop street box fake
sound
street
stage.
set.
Yeah.
While there's also all this very expensive CGI. So I was like, wow, this is very interesting. And they also like, I felt like the rap voice choices, like at the beginning of the song, like they were really taking some swings with the like affectations of the voice, and like it was very interesting. And I saw that this song has 6 writers on it, but one of them is RM from BTS.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, I liked the song enough, but it's very repetitive. Like, it felt super repetitive.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, for the first minute and a half of the song, I was like, oh, this is actually really fun for its time. You know, like I felt like it was a perfect like 2012 K-pop song. And then by like 2.5 minutes in, I was like, how long is this song? Because it just becomes the same thing over and over again. But Glam, as we learned when we got them in the random game, they disbanded on January 15th, 2015, after one of the members, Dahi, was accused and found guilty of blackmailing an actor alongside some other woman. They blackmailed him for 5 billion won, and she was originally sentenced to 1 year in prison, but served a 2-year suspended sentence. And I think Big Hit never had a female group again.
Nope. And I think that they just picked up Promise 9, but they put them under Pledis this week. Like, they don't have girl groups.
Interesting. Wow. The first cut is the deepest. Am I right?
Yeah, I guess. For real. For real. I wrote it. I forgot to mention this though. I did think that the choreo for this party song is like huge.
Yes.
It's like big arms, and they're like flying and spinning. And I was like, oh my God, this choreo is like
going
hard.
for it.
Like they were just like going for it. So it was very entertaining.
Very entertaining.
I'll definitely give them that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's the story of Glam.
2.5 years from Big Hit.
The next one on our list, we looked at JYP, and JYP's shortest group was actually just 2. Now focus on me. Which was a duo of Yoongyum and JB from GOT7. And they lasted from 2019 to 2021 when GOT7's contracts expired in January of this year. So they only ever put out the one little mini.
Yeah, I think it was just a single. Did they even do another? Did it have a B-side? Let me look it up.
No, I should know this because we got them in the random game like 3 months ago.
Oh my God, we got them in the random game too? Wow, even more groups on this.
Did.
Okay, so interesting.
Yo, Focus had 6 tracks. It was there was a mini.
Shit. Okay. My bad.
Yeah. So, but that was all that Just 2 ever did, was just that little mini one music video, a little bit of promoting. Maybe they'll get back together and like keep doing it without JYP.
Yeah,
like,
now that they've on
both
their
put
own.
out solos this year, so like, why not get
true.
back together? Just 2.
They can do it if they want to.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was funny that was like the shortest group. Because JYP they haven't had like that many. They haven't had that many groups. You know what I mean? Like they have like a small handful that they've kind of like kept held on to.
Sure, but they've been around like as long, like almost as long as SM or whatever. So you'd think there would be a lot more former groups under the belt, or like things that didn't. Because some of these other companies like just run through groups.
Exactly.
And don't. So it was interesting to see that JYP's never done that.
Yeah. Next on our list, up from YG, this is our first group that was less than a year. And this group was hard to find information on because they are called XO. Just the letters XO. And they debuted and disbanded in the year 2004. They came out on April 12th with the debut album Extraordinary, and the single was called It's Only You. You were able to find a little bit more information about this group.
I did. I couldn't stand that you said you couldn't find anything. I was like, no, there's gotta, like, if they existed, there's gotta be something.
The only thing I could find was a album review of their debut album, which had like 3 different people commented on this album. All gave it like 9 stars out of 10. And they just described it as like great R&B music with like a mix of soul and yeah, I don't know, but that was it. That was all I could find. Because then I just got like EXO.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, are you sure you don't mean EXO? And I was like, I know I usually type EXO, but come on, man, work with me.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Yeah, so what I did is I went to Melon, because the Melon site has pretty good hyperlinkies. That's also how I've been able to find writing credits lately when Wikipedia doesn't have them, because like Melon is really good, but you just got to be able to read the Korean and sort through it and go through that shit. So that's what I did, and I found them on Melon. And when I found them on Melon, I like saw their track list of their songs. So I started typing in the names of all of their songs into YouTube. And they had a song that has the same title as a Tiara song. So it was just like, only Tiara videos. And I was like, no, that's not what I want. And then I finally found the music video for It's Only You. And I found out the names of the members of this group and a little bit more about them.
Amazing. Tell us.
So it was 2 guys. One was Jun Sung-woo, who actually debuted in 1995 in a group called Cult.
Ooh.
And then debuted solo after this in 2015 and did some drama OSTs. And then the other guy was named Kang Sung-min, and he joined a co-ed group called Forest, but with a number 4.
Okay.
Forest.
Right.
In 2012. Like, so after this as well. So I don't know if they just got like put together for this little group, but then they both did some things after, which I was happy to see because their voices are great.
Oh my God. I was so glad that you found this because of the album review that I had, which described them as an R&B duo. And then like all 3 reviews were talking about what great singers they were. And I was like, damn, I really want to hear what it is. And it's so worth it. It was so worth the wait and worth the search.
One of them has like a very like deep, like Peebo Bryson kind of like voice. And it like was very nice. It just was like giving me all the 90s feels. But yeah, it was like one of those drama music videos that doesn't have anybody in it. And the story was really confusing. I watched it twice trying to figure out what was happening and I couldn't.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. All that I wrote was that it had a drama MV. I feel like I wasn't paying attention to the plot. And there's another music video on this list that had such a crazy... Actually, we're going to talk about it next. But there's that one I think is taking over in my brain.
Sure. Yeah, this one, it was like... It started with like 2 people at a restaurant and I was trying really hard to like understand the conversation, but with no subs. I'm not a great listener. I heard her be like, how are you? And he's like, I've been fine. And then she's like, I have a picture for you.
That's right.
She like slides a picture across the table. And then they like leave the restaurant and he chases her car and he cries. And then it like cuts to like the past. And then there's like people having nice dates. And then there's like a family having like tea in the garden and he like is watching them over the bushes. And then he goes and cries in the street. And I was like, I don't know what's happening here. I didn't know what was happening. I really didn't.
Fair enough. Well, the song is beautiful.
The song is great. Yeah. So that was XO from YG. The shortest lived group on the list, maybe?
Yeah, possibly the shortest lived, possibly.
Or maybe tied with another, but very short.
Yeah, very short. Next on the list is from SM. And this is a group called Shinvi, which made it maybe a year, ? We have some questions about how they ended. But they debuted in April of 2002 with their debut album 15 to 30. And the title song was called To My Friend. Music video stars Junjin from Shinhwa, and it has quite a wild plot as well. The song itself, let's talk about the song first.
Sure.
Because the song itself is beautiful. And I do believe that I think the girls in the group are the girls in the music video.
I believe so.
I have no
reason
to
not
otherwise.
believe that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wrote that I love this song for this era. Like, I think it's perfect for 2002, but I also could 100% hear SES. Like, it was almost a guarantee that this song was written for and maybe even demoed by SES, and then they gave it to this group instead, because I can, like, one of the girls is like singing like Bada, and it's like, I don't know, I could just like hear like, oh, that's who this was probably for.
That is possible, because Shinvi was originally scheduled to debut in late 2001, and then it was pushed back. So it is possible. And they are, like Milk, technically under an SM subsidiary. So it is possible that they were put on a back burner and then given a rejected SES song. That's pure conjecture, but it wouldn't be out of
I'm just
character
saying
for
it
SM.
sounded the same way that I can confidently say that certain NCT songs were written for SHINee.
Yeah.
I feel like I can confidently say this was written probably
for
supposed
SES.
to be an SES song. But yeah, the music video, very confusing. My best guess is that it's like a Minority Report holodeck type situation.
Oh my God, that's right. Yes.
Because there's girls like laying on this big white room, like laying like the Minority Report robots. They're not in water, but they're like laying there. And then a woman in a chair is like watching them. And then they like flash back to like ancient Korea times and have a ninja fight in the forest.
Well,
and then they zap back to their future body. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the story, I honestly forgot until you said, I forgot about the white room, which begins and ends the music video, because the ancient Korea part is so wild. Like, that story on its own, it's like, cut to 3 women in a bamboo forest playing traditional instruments, and then like,
and they're dressed like the Powerpuff Girls, like they're in like pink, green, and blue.
They each
like,
have their
dresses.
own color. And then like introduce like the 3 of them like live together, and I guess they live peacefully playing their instruments in the forest. Introduce Junjin, and then we have what appears to be like a love square, because Junjin like falls for one of the girls, and they're like one of the other girls watches them flirt and is jealous. But then there's the same montage of finding the pair being flirty and with one person being jealous. That happens first with one girl and Junjin, and then it happens again with another girl and one of the other girls.
Yes.
And then it's like the 3, like 2 of the girls are being flirty and one of the girls is watching jealously. And then just when you're puzzling, like, oh, are the girls in love? The song stops. And ninjas fall from the sky, masked. Yes. And Junjin fights them all to the death. He dies in it. I was so shocked.
In a squelchy,
he dies.
like,
in a
sword.
He dies. And then, one by one, all of the girls die too.
Yeah.
The ninjas kill everyone. A full minute of the song has not been playing. And then we cut to back in the white room. The song swells in, and we have like another full at least 45 seconds of them singing the rest of the song in this Matrix Minority Report room.
Yeah, and they're like slowly appearing.
Yes, they
I don't know,
slowly
it was so
appear by
strange.
the woman in black in the chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very weird.
I don't know.
But the song is beautiful.
I liked it.
Their follow-up I did find, because it was their only follow-up, and it was chosen by online poll, so I guess they did some kind of vote to pick what would be their second track. And this was also used in some cartoon that I didn't write the name of.
Yeah, I was very curious if it was a cartoon or a video game or what they were clearly plugging in this music
whatever
video.
it is, the music video has like cut scenes of animation in it, and the song itself sounds like this like very terrible cartoon theme song. Like
It's a fever dream.
Oh God,
fever dream of
a fever
song.
nightmare, I think.
But something that I thought was interesting about the Darling music video is that every single comment on the YouTube video is in Indonesian.
Oh.
So I don't know what that's about.
Maybe that movie or video game or whatever it is very popular in Indonesia. I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know.
But more mysteries abound.
But the mystery continues because Shinvi's last activity was a song that was on the 2002 Winter Vacation SM Town album, and they've just never done anything since. So they were assumed disbanded, and that was that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Shinvi. But yeah, they seemed like, I don't know, like it's always very interesting to me when we do stuff like this and we find these very old groups, because I love to scroll the YouTube comments and there's always people who are like, this was my favorite group ever. And that stuff is so fascinating to me.
I agree. I also was just like clicked in my head. I wonder if Shinvi was initially conceived to be in any relationship to Shinhwa.
Oh.
Because they have Junjin in it, in their debut music video, and they have the same first syllable. Unless SM just got lazy with the names.
Maybe.
Equally possible. Equally possible.
Yeah. Anything's possible. All right. So that was Shinvi. Next, we're going to take a look at Stone Music Entertainment. And their shortest lived group was called Swan. And they also lasted less than a year. Debuted July 10th, 2007 with a debut single called Booming Swan. And then, in quotes, a few months later, they were disbanded. And that's all
this group was hard to find information on. They are a 4-member group. And I found one website that listed them as being under 4Asia Entertainment. And I found another one that listed them under Stone Music Entertainment. And then when I looked up 4Asia Entertainment, I found absolutely nothing. Is it a real company? I don't know.
Who knows?
We don't know. But this group, one of the members is Hong Jin Young, who is a trot singer now. She sings Love Battery, which is a very popular trot song.
Wait. Hong Jin Young. This was the group that Hong Jin Young was in?
Yes.
Okay, this is very interesting. Now I wish I had known that. I would have gone and looked for it. Stay tuned for another time, or plug to go watch old episodes of Unnie Slam Dunk. But she totally talks about this. There's like a point in Unnie Slam Dunk where she talks about like how she like was supposed to be debuted in a company, and I think it was like the company went bankrupt, or the guy in charge of it was a creep, or like it was definitely like a negative experience that she like talked about, like that she was promised a lot of things and that they did not happen. And like,
I wonder if 4Asia Entertainment folded and was absorbed or bought out in some way by Stone Music, and that's why it's listed under both.
Yeah, like if Stone bought their catalog in perpetuity or whatever, but like the company's long gone. Interesting. But the song that you put on the playlist,
Booming Swan.
What was it called? Or Call Me When You Hear This Song was the title of the song.
Oh yes, that's right. Call Me When You Hear This Song.
Yeah, and the concept, like the music video
I couldn't find their debut song, I think, is the problem.
Okay.
Okay, so we listened to, what was the name of it?
Call Me When You Hear This Song is what it was called. And it like, the music video like started with all of the members like working at a daycare. And I was like, I've never seen babysitter concept before. Okay.
I thought they were moms at first. I was like, is she a single mom? Like, wow, so progressive.
But then some dude like comes into the daycare and holds up a CD and is like, we gotta listen to this song. And then the song starts. And then the music video was like a very like that Target music video style where it's like super monochrome. There's a red one and a green one and like and a gold room. But I like thought that the song was like nice. It had like disco drums and like disco violin, but it also had like flamenco guitar. There was like a lot going on in it.
I loved the guitar interlude. I liked this song, and all of the ladies can sing really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Swan. From
2007 to a little while after.
Yeah. A little while.
All right, next up we have from Cube. This group is called A Train to Autumn, and they lasted about 1.5 years, from 2018 to 2020. They debuted on November 5th, 2018, with a single called That Season You Were In. This song was written by Pentagon's Kino, and it is
interesting,
gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. This song, the music video though, also like doesn't have anybody in it. What is the plot of this music video? Oh, this one is the fucking bummer.
Yeah. Where you see like a guy working his motorbike delivery job, and you see a girl like going through her day.
Yes.
And then at the end, she like gets home and is cooking dinner and you think that they are about to sit down at the same table. Like this is a couple at the end of their day, but no, they're in different places, and he's eating dinner alone and she has a different boy at her table. And I was like, oh, why?
Yeah. And the different boy hands her jewelry, and the other boy that we thought she was with has like a jewelry box as well, presumably that he never gave her. And it ends with like him remembering them being together. And it was like, wow, what a buzzkill that music video was.
Super buzzkill. But from what I gathered from the YouTube comments and from what I could find online, nobody knew who was in this group for most of its existence.
Yes, because
most of the YouTube comments are people being like, I think it's this person, I think it's that person, because they didn't tell you who was singing.
The members of this group were cast through a blind audition, and then they debuted without any member introductions. And then the music video was faceless. So yes, they like kept this group shrouded in mystery for some reason. And they had released a pre-debut song called A Watercolor of a Rainy Day, but that is a co-ed duet. So presumably only one of the voices in that
is from
this group. But in April of 2020, they were removed from Cube's website, and the last like Instagram post of theirs is from September of 2019. So no official announcement has ever been made, but they were disappeared from Cube's map, as Cube is wont to do.
Yeah, it was just so crazy because I thought like, okay, faceless group of trainees that they never said their names. But then when I Googled more, they had full member profiles and had taken like photos. They were like 4 pretty girls.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What?
I don't know. Cube is so fucking weird.
They are. Yeah, so that was A Train to Autumn. All right, next we have from FNC Entertainment, another group that we have gotten in the random game before. This is Honeyst. Was it Honeyst? Honey Street?
It stands for Honey Artist.
Okay.
So I think it's Honeyst, which I kept mistyping as honesty because it's just one letter in the wrong place.
It is. But they debuted on May 17th, 2017 with a single called Like You. And this is what we watched when we got them on the random game. They are the band that lost Dance or Band to SF9. But I guess they both got to debut in a winner icon kind of style way. But yeah, I remember really liking this song, and when it came back on, I was like, yeah, this one. It's just like a good little like acoustic Sunshine Boy song, but only one of the members like really gets all the camera time in the video.
Yeah, and I wonder if that maybe was part of the problem and why they didn't last very long, because they just like just barely almost made it to 2 years. Because they supposedly disbanded it in 2019, in April 2019 for creative differences. So
creative differences.
I don't know. That's usually what you say when people don't get along.
I know. Yeah, but that's Honeyst.
Mm-hmm. And the next group on our list, we're really just going to briefly mention because the next company was Starship Entertainment. And Starship Entertainment has a great track record for the longevity of their groups because their shortest lived group is Sistar, which had a 7-year-long career of almost exactly 7 years. They debuted June 3rd, 2010 and disbanded June 4th, 2017. And we will come back to these ladies because they deserve a deep dive of their own.
Yeah. But good for Starship for being an exception to this list and keeping your artists around. Mm-hmm. That's nice.
That's what I want for my monsters.
Yeah, keep those monsters.
Take care of my monsters.
All right, so the next company we will look at is Woolim Entertainment. And Woolim Entertainment's shortest-lived group, another Random Game alumni.
That's a good name.
This is Tasty. Tasty debuted August 9th, 2012 with a single called You Know Me. And if you remember this, this was the music video. It's like a black and white music video. And these boys are twins from China. One was blonde and one had black hair. And the song is kind of like Fantastic Baby-esque.
Yes,
like
I wrote Big Bang Energy, but with real choreo. Because they dance. Yeah, because they really dance. And the editing of this music video is really cool because they are twins. So they like really play that up with the way that they cut back and forth between them. It's like one is all in black and one is all in white and like whatever.
Yeah, the flashes. Mm-hmm. I also there's a choreo move in the chorus where they put their hands on their hips and they do like this shoulder wiggle like get down thing, and I really like it. But this group disbanded on July 15th, 2005 when they announced themselves on Weibo to the surprise of Woolim that they were done.
Yes, the twins posted on their personal account that they were leaving Woolim and moving back to China. And Woolim Entertainment said, "What? We literally just discussed your comeback. Like, what do you mean you're leaving?" And they said, "Bye!" And they went back to China. Wow. And now they promote under DLXL. So they're still a duo, still doing it.
All right. Wow. Tasty.
Tasty. All right, next on their list, to the heartbreak of our dear Shannon.
Yeah.
From Pledis Entertainment is Pristin. These girls lasted just 2 years, from 2017 to 2019. They debuted on March 21st with the single Wee Woo. Take it away.
Pristin was so good, you guys. It's really, I'll never stop being sad about this. Like, they were such good dancers.
Yes.
They were such good dancers. I'm like, I'm going to hold it because I have Rex. But, like, I'll talk about more Pristin later. I mean, I'll specifically recommend a video at the end, but I'll say for now, Pristin only put out 2 EPs. They have like 11 songs. You can listen to the Pristin discography. It's not hard. Mm-hmm. But they were such good dancers. And they had really, their choreography like really skirted this beautiful line between like very sexy, like S-line, womanly choreography and then like sharp, cool, just really interesting stuff. They had a single called Black Widow that was put out as a separate single, and the dance practice for that is one of the most mesmerizing K-pop dance practices,
Yes.
I think. They have a move where they do like a full spin and they twist their legs all the way up and then they spin back around the other way like a wind chime. And it's so cool. And like, oh, they were just so good. And like 17 loved them. And like, Pristin.
Why, Pledis? Why? The music video is also very cute and it's like cheeky. So they had like a fun sense of humor about them as well. So it's really, they did also try, like they had a small subunit briefly, but they just never got the promotion that they deserved. And yeah, after they disbanded on May 24th of 2019, 7 of the 10 members left Pledis. And moved on to other things.
And debuted as Hinapia, that also didn't even last a year. These poor goddamn girls.
Yeah.
Ugh. But anyway, so that's me. I will be the person on the Pristin videos that someone will watch in 10 years and I'll be going, they were my favorite.
Yep.
They were so good. I'm that person.
Because it's a cycle.
This group. It's a cycle. And here I am mourning my short-lived group that I loved so much. I love Pristin. All right. Next up on the list, DSP Media. Their shortest-lived group is a boy group called A''ST1. It stands for A star 1, right?
Yeah, it stands for A star because it's a acronym for Asia Star #1 because it's an international group of Chinese, Japanese, and Korean members. But the Hangul is written A style. A style.
Oh, A style.
Yeah.
Oh, because one is ear.
There you go.
A
So
style.
it's also so it's pronounced A style, but it stands for Asia Star #1.
Cool. Okay. Well, they debuted on April 17th, 2008 with a single called 1, 2, 3, 4 Back. So this was 2008, right?
Yeah.
And it looked like 2008. They have perfect PC mullets. Like their hair is in so many pieces and in so many swoopy bangs. And the music video had a lot of vests and a lot of hallways.
Yes, it
They
did
were
have a
just
lot of
like
hallways.
in multiple hallways.
Yeah. But the song is really fun. It has like great piano in it and strummy guitar. I felt like it had like the boys are really good singers.
I liked the melody of the song a lot.
It had very strong like 1998 NSYNC vibes. I wrote that elementary school me would have been very into this. 2008
Yeah,
me,
absolutely.
maybe not. But 1998 me, absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Totally. But A''ST disbanded on November 24th, 2009. The members posted in the fan cafe that the group was over and the company confirmed it a week later.
Yep. So no real explanation, but a little less than 2 years.
Yeah, DSP is where SS501 was.
Yes.
As
Yes.
well. Or
Double
S501. God
S501.
damn it, I'll never get it right.
Yes, they're the same company.
Okay, so there you go. And that was like around the same time. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that explains. Wait, hold on.
Oh.
2009. Oh, they disbanded. Double S501 disbanded in 2010.
Oh, okay.
These guys because we learned from a listener last week, just a side note for last week's episode, that a potential reason why Double S501 didn't get renewed is that the CEO of DSP Media had a stroke a few months before that comeback, and his wife was given temporary control of the company.
Yes.
So that could, like, maybe they just weren't getting business done because things were shooken up and it was easier to just dump groups than, like, figure out what to do with it.
Yeah, and didn't we see that, like, the contracts had expired, like, right before or, like, right after the comeback or something?
Mm-hmm.
So it must have just been something that's like, you know what, we can't deal with these negotiations right now. We have so many other things, like, contracts are done, goodbye.
Bye.
But yeah.
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 So that's A-Style.
All right, next up, I misspoke earlier, I guess, because we do have Fantagio on the list, although they do currently only have like 2 groups. But they are another one that we're just going to quickly skip over because their shortest lived group is Hello Venus, which was around from 2012 to 2019, another 7-year group.
Almost to the day like Sistar. Look at this shit.
Yes, because they also, I think, like Sistar, just
hit 7.
Did their full contracts, and then they were done. They debuted on May 9th, and they disbanded on May 8th, 7 years later. So that was that.
But Hello Venus is on my fabled deep dive list.
So to be
we'll
continued.
All right, next, here's another like recent sad because Jellyfish Entertainment's shortest lived group was Gugudan. And Gugudan debuted on June 28th, 2016 with an EP called Act 1, The Little Mermaid. And the debut single is called Wonderland. And the Little Mermaid thing, when it started with I was like, y'all are gonna get sued. Like, I didn't know that it actually was gonna like be Little Mermaid. But then the actual song didn't like continue in that way. But yeah, this music video, they're like very sparkly, like fairy girls, and there's like a big giant moon, and they do the dance in like a few inches of water.
Yes, which I was like, oh, cool, they're doing water. And then like the like second move, I swear, in the first 2 8 counts of the song, half of them have to get down on the ground in the water. And I was like, right at the beginning of the song, like, no, now they're all soggy and they have to dance while they're dripping. Like, that's terrible. But I did write that the song was like fun and cute, and the iridescent outfits, they had like a pink set and they had a blue set, and they were both very, very cute.
Yes.
Also, incredible whistle notes toward the end.
Oh, yes.
Worth noting.
Oh, yes. This was definitely like this is my kind of girl group music. I was like, yes, love this. But Gugudan, which, just for an interesting fact, sometimes is spelled with a 9 for the second G, because the Korean word for 9 is gu. So Gugudan. Cute. But Gugudan is one of the groups that like suffered from the Produce curse, because they debuted and then all of the members auditioned for Produce 101, and Sejong got in and went all the way to IOI. And then, you know, they tried to go back, and then they didn't do anything. Like, they didn't put out anything for like the last 2 years of the 4 years they were around. They didn't even do anything.
Yeah, Pristin was part of, they had members in IOI as well.
Yes, they did.
That IOI curse, that Produce curse.
The Produce curse, it really got people.
It really did.
But I know this was a sad one because they just disbanded at the end of the year in 2020. And yeah, they were good, and there were a lot of them. And it's always just like a bummer when a group like doesn't even do anything and then disappears.
Yeah, and they had done like a significant, they didn't have a huge discography, but in comparison, I mean, they do have like 4.5 years, so that is longer than most people. But if you don't count the 2 years of inactivity to the end, then they've got 2.5 years of doing stuff. And in those 2.5 years, they released 3 EPs, 2 singles, and debuted in Japan. So they must have been popular enough. Like, what is the reason that they would have just fallen into a 2-year unofficial hiatus? Like, why, Jellyfish? Why?
I don't know. And didn't all of the girls like stay at Jellyfish even though they disbanded Gugudan?
Yeah, Jellyfish announced that they were disbanded, but that all of the members were still staying. So it's not like, it wasn't a contract thing. It was like, we're just not doing the group anymore.
Weird.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe the girls didn't want to do it anymore. I don't know. I have a lot of questions.
I have a lot of questions too. Because I know that like, it's a thing that happened with a lot of the Produce groups where like the one girl that was in Produce is so much more famous than the others or what have you. But I still don't get how that, I don't get how that hurt. Doesn't that just help the group if everyone's just paying attention?
Yeah.
Even if they only know one member, like then they could know the others if you just. But maybe it was just like Sejong is so booked and busy and they were making so much money off of her that they were just like, I don't even care about the group. Costs money to like put the group
maybe
out.
Like, the company, because they are a smaller company, and we have seen, and I feel like we've talked about this before, about how it is cheaper to manage individual activities than to plan group schedules.
Yeah.
So because they are a smaller company, maybe Sejong's popularity kind of showed the company like it might be easier for us to make more money if we manage these girls individually, and so they just dissolved the group. But I guess only time will tell, because so far like we haven't seen the girls do anything like since the disbandment, really. So I don't know if maybe they'll be put into smaller groups, or they'll start making solo debuts, or some of them will start being actresses. Like, we will see.
I know for a fact at least 5 of them are actresses right now.
Right,
so maybe they'll just keep doing that, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So sorry to Goo Goo Dolls.
All right, the last one on our list is from a company called C9 Entertainment. And this group had a very interesting end and like kind of weirdly messy, but they are called Good Day. And they lasted about 2 years-ish. They debuted on August 30th, 2017 with an EP called All Day Good Night. And the title track is Rolly. I wrote glitter swing cheerleaders because that was the concept of this music video and song. It's so jazzy and big band and fun, and they are so sparkly. The boy in it is a CIX/101 Bae something, Jin Young maybe. All I remember is that his last name was Bae, and I thought that was cute.
I love a Bae.
I love a Bae. But yeah, this was so cute, and it was like such a bummer that this didn't really go anywhere, because after this, 6 out of the 10 members in this group went on the unit. None of them made it to the final group. And then in November of 2019, they didn't have an official disbandment, but Signature debuted, and 5 of the members of Good Day are in Signature. That's kind of listed as their unofficial disbandment, is when Signature debuted, because 5 of the members went to Signature, and then 4 of the members went to the group Red Square. And the and the last member stayed on. She is still under the company. The article I read said that she had the last. What am I saying? Blah, blah, blah. My sentence is broken. She's still under the company, but she's a songwriter.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, interesting. What? That's an interesting turn. I wonder if that happens. I wonder if that's happened many times or not. Like, so, because with these like groups where there's like they don't last very long, or like some of the people are like really good, and I always wonder, like, did all of these people just like slip into regular life and go get an office job, or like did some of them just like take behind the scenes jobs and stay doing music stuff? Because like I know there's the one member of like Sekshkis that like fully just like became a regular old businessman, but I don't know if that's the exception or if that's what people usually do.
Of the member profiles that I perused in researching for this episode, I remember one of them saying that the former member of Swan, one of the former members of Swan, I believe, became a lawyer.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a change.
Yeah, major change.
Yeah. But Good Day. Well, I guess if they're all still working.
They are all still working.
They're in different girl groups or writing music.
All different. And I think C9 is no longer, like, it got absorbed into some larger company as well. So they kind of had like a weird, just like immediate reorganization and like fizzle out of Good Day. But the ladies are all still active, so not the worst ending of the list, but the last of the list.
Yeah, the last. Great job.
Yay.
Yay. So those are the stories of a few groups that didn't last all that long.
Gone, but not forgotten.
But not forgotten. But wow, how random. I mean, I know we've done we're getting close to like 200 episodes at this point, but still, that so many of them came up in the random game is crazy.
I know. What are the chances? It's like our random number generator knows to give us the shortest ones first, to be like, let's get these out of the way. We'll get you groups that have 3 years or less.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Quick time.
Maybe it's helping us save the bigger groups for their respective deep dives.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Random number generator, always on our side, always listening.
Let's see how it's feeling this week, and we'll be right back with a random game. All right, we're back. And I feel like y'all won't believe me. I almost don't believe me. But we pulled the random number generator up, and it literally picked Red Square. And we just said Red Square.
I called it out on purpose. I specifically referenced the random number generator as a test to say, we always joke about it listening. Prove to us that you're listening. Like going into a haunted house and being like, what's up, ghosts?
Knock if
Are
you
you
can
here?
hear me.
And the random number generator said, yup, I'm here. And I'm always listening.
Scary.
I like it. Thanks, number generator.
Yeah.
I loved
how
this
often
music video, so happy to watch it again.
I bought this song as soon as we finished our girl groups episode last year, which it's almost time to do that again. Woo! But yes, Red Square, as we just mentioned, is a 5-member girl group that contains 4 former members of Good Day.
Mm-hmm. Plus one originally debuted as a solo artist, girl named Lena.
The other members are Green, Chea, Ari, and Bomin, and every member has a color assigned to them: green, blue, yellow, pink, and purple, respectively, for their colorful concept.
Yes, and that is the title, like we talked about in our last girl groups episode. The title of their single was called Colorful, and we both really, really liked this this debut. So
yeah, I'm interested to see though that since we've done our girl group episode, they have changed companies. So I hope that this new company puts something out for them, because we haven't seen them since last May.
Yep. Since this debut, right?
Yeah. And is this the video that's faceless?
Yeah, isn't this the one that you never see their eyes?
Yeah, I
it's
think
not
so.
Like totally faceless, but yeah. Yes, it is.
But
I'm scrubbing through it.
Wow. Well, I'm very excited because I loved this. So I'll let this.
Let's all relive it together, shall we?
I think we shall. All right, Google, add, you finish playing. There we go.
Cookie, are you excited? She can't wait.
I know. She loves girl group music.
She does.
All right. Let's check out Red Square Colorful. If you'd like to watch along, press play when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, yes.
Right. Ladies with blindfolds and test tubes.
Yeah, colorful.
Maybe they're like making makeup.
I can be pink. I can be purple.
Yes. Cheerleaders Screams 2020.
Yes. And there's
yes, that was a good
body roll.
Wiggle.
Yeah, we're cutting between like a silhouetted dance set and then like kaleidoscope makeup lab.
Oh, I love this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely are making lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
But they are blindfolded and wearing like lacy, witchy dresses.
Yes.
Oh, and those lipstick things said like love desire. What if they are making witchy
Love
makeup?
potions.
Love potions.
Because look at all of this chemistry.
Science. Ooh, I love this lacy
Yes.
blindfold. That's great.
Also, this would have been this should have been like a lipstick ad. Like, why didn't we pay for some product placement?
Yeah.
Could have been a
Or
nail
get
polish
paid
ad too.
for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it just says colorful on that
Yeah,
makeup. This is
could have
not
had a
product
brand.
placement.
Oh, look, we saw her eyes, but not her mouth.
This party 너무 아름다운. I love this
Yeah,
song.
this is such a good song.
Oh, they're eating grapes. Seduct.
Oh, it's so fun.
Colorful. And they keep they are playing their, like, showing their name a lot.
Yes.
Red square.
Oh, look at that
Ooh,
hat.
Yeah, it's just like beautiful shots of
makeup.
and fruit, and these girls look so glamorous, even though
With
I
their
can't see
lace
any of their eyes.
blindfolds. Yeah. Ooh, that girl's dress had like mirrors in it.
Just jamming now.
Mm-hmm. I like how cheerful the song is with how sort of spooky the music video is. So it's
Yes.
not overtly witchy, but it has undertones.
Mm-hmm.
Undertones of spook.
Oh, now we're in like a digital space, and there's a
There's the red square.
descending. Pose, pose, pose. Yes.
Walk.
Yay!
Red square.
I love it.
We hope to see more of you soon.
Yeah, come back.
Come back.
Wow.
Come back.
Well, thanks, you creepy random number generator.
Glad to have you on our side.
Always, always. All right, that means it is weekly recommendation time. Do you have something?
Well, I know
Should go
you had
first?
something
I did.
ready to go.
I saved a Priston thing
Yes.
that I think if you are not a Priston fan, but you are a carrot, I might be able to get you in with this,
Ooh.
which is that when Priston was still the Pledis Girls
Uh-huh.
with a Z, because they were the Pledis Girls before they debuted.
Yes.
They do a cover of Adore You, and they do it so well, and they re-sing it. They're not just dancing to it. They like re-recorded Adore You with girl voices.
Wow,
And
I'm
they
looking
do
that up
the
right
choreo perfectly, and it's seriously so good. And it just made me sad and miss them, but it's really great. So Pledis Girls Adore You. It's girls with a Z. Check that out if you've never seen it. And then feel sad with me about Priston.
Oh, yeah, Priston. Gone but not forgotten.
Not forgotten.
All right, my recommendation is also a girl group, but one that we're glad to welcome back, and that is our dear Red Velvet. They are back. Almost a full 2 years, and they're back with an EP called Queendom. And I saw a lot of people saying that Queendom was disappointing, and I will say, I get it.
Sure.
It's been almost 2 years. The last release was Psycho.
Which was a
Psycho
bar.
is a masterpiece. You don't get a Psycho every comeback.
Sure.
But this is no Zimzalabim.
It's definitely
It's not even a power up. Okay? Queendom is fun.
I
I like it. I like it. I love the strong and beautiful line. I like that it says kings and queens.
Kings and queens,
That's
including
fun.
everyone.
And it's just, the music video is a little, I felt like if anything's disappointing, it's the music video. I'm not disappointed in the song because listening to it on its own, I jam along to it immediately.
Oh, yeah.
But the music video I just thought was kind of like meh.
Sure.
Like, I don't know, they're just like underground, like they're like a witch's postal service, I guess. And then they go and they have like a Mad Hatter tea party. And like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of along
I know you
the
were
lines
sad about
of like,
cheapy outfits.
Yes,
I felt like some
I
of
just
the
thought that
outfits are cheapy.
I didn't really love any of the outfits. And those final ones are terrible. Like, I don't know who put Solgi in that horrible, like, studded corset with the tulle, but you should be fired. And that's that.
And that's just
And that's that on that. But I will also continue to say that the EP itself I really, really like. And my recommendation is for the song Knock on Wood, because I think that one's my favorite B-side. And there's really only one of the songs, one of the B-sides that I don't love. Only because it's a little Frankenstein-y, and I think it is the B-side they're going to promote because there is a performance of it already, and that is Pose.
See, that's the thing is I've been seeing everybody being like, Pose is the track. It should have been Pose. But I think that's the only one I don't really like.
I don't really like. It's the only one I don't really like. There are parts of Pose that I really like, but as a whole, it feels very fragmented to me and it doesn't work as a whole. But whatever. Like, the choreo is really fun, and I will say that watching the choreography like made me very happy. But the rest of the EP is great. Like, the final song, Hello Sunset.
That's my favorite. Hello Sunset is my favorite.
I knew it would be. It's a vocal heavy, like, beautiful, like,
it's
let's
vocal
time
heavy,
to sing track.
But it's also got like 80s yacht rock instrumentation, and I'm such a sucker for that. I love Hello Sunset. But yeah, what a great EP. I'm so happy.
It's so good.
Because for me, Red Velvet EPs are extremely hit or miss for me. Like, there's a few of them that just like, no. So I was very happy that this one is not a no. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I've been listening to so much Red Velvet lately. I've just had them. I've just been like listening to their discography like backwards. There's really only a couple of songs that I don't like. But yeah. Anyway, this EP is great. So I feel like the same way that everyone was shitting on what alcohol free. Like, it's fun. I like it. And it's fun.
It's fun. What do you want?
It's fun and I like it and it's fun.
Okay.
Go
That's
away.
Good enough for me. That's good enough for me.
It is. It's good enough. It's good enough for me.
Yeah. Well, please check out all of those things. And if you are a Patreon seasoned fan tier member, god damn it, I'll never say it right. Remember that you can submit recommendations to the form.
You sure can. And also, without giving anything away, seasoned fan tiers, please remember that you have an assignment, which is due on August 23rd, which is this coming Monday. So please remember to get in your submissions. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's it for this week. We have a lot of really cool stuff coming up for the rest of the year, and I'm very excited. I can't tell y'all about a lot of it now, but it will be good and fun. So stay tuned as always. We appreciate all of you for listening. And if you would like to talk to us or tell us something, we can be found at AMA Kpop Pod on Twitter and Instagram. We have a YouTube, Ask Me About K-Pop, the podcast, where you can listen to the podcast and there's supplemental videos and playlists. Like, this episode will have a playlist of all the things that we talked about.
So you can watch everything we described.
We also have a Spotify for the same reason, for audio purposes.
You can listen to everything we described.
AMA K-pop on Spotify. All of these things are in our linktree/AMA K-pop pod. You can get to our Discord that way. That's where all of our listeners hang out and talk to each other. You can go talk to them in there. You can send us a voicemail. We've been getting some like random voicemails lately with like comeback feels and stuff. And people are always like, I don't know if you check this. Oh, I absolutely check it. I listen to every voicemail the second it comes in. So like you can always leave us messages. 181 AMA K-pop 5 is that number. We have a mailbox if you want to send us something. P.O. Box
26096. Nice, good job. Los Angeles, California 90026.
Yeah. And patreon.com/AMA K-pop pod. If you want to donate money to the show, we will reward you with extra content and you can participate in the show. That's all. That's all.
All of the places.
And yeah. So thanks for stopping by this week and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Jonghyun, you're our inspiration.
Good transition.
Right.
Hello,
I mean,
Cookie.
I have no idea what it's gonna do. Like now that you just said.
I know, I called it out on purpose. I want to see. Say hello.
Cookie. Oh my god, I'm not fucking kidding. It picked red square.
No way!